Hi everyone, welcome to SoccerBeat. It's our 4th show and we're really excited to be with you again. And remember guys, we do 3 shows a week, so please keep engaging with us, we love it. And we welcome the team once again. It's Michael Morton, Tsepo Masilela and Cheezboy Mokoena. Guys, just before we start, let's take a quick ad break from our sponsors, Betway.
Lebu is stretching out and reaching high in Betway's latest game, Aviator.
Aviator?
Place a bet and the plane flies higher and higher. Pick the right time to cash out and you could win millions.
Millions?
Let's see.
Just, woo! It's a shoe! He's cashed out and flown off with the win!
All at the luckiest place to play, Aviator, Betway.
Welcome back, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and follow us on our social media platforms. And guys, we've got a very special treat for you today. Something different from our previous shows, and I think something that we're going to do at least once a month. We're here for you. We want to give you what you can't get anywhere else. And that's the reason why we've got ex-professionals on the show who can tell you the stories that you've never heard before, that they couldn't tell you before. So we're going to go back into the past, and Mike and Tsepo and Cheese will tell you what happened behind the scenes at clubs, with transfers, with agents, that they've not been able to tell before. So we're going to start this week with Tsepo Masilela, and we've discussed it with Tsepo already, and I can tell you what his first story is, a blockbuster. It's the secret soccer players couldn't tell you before. Tsepo, your first one is a knockout blow. It's a blockbuster. Tell the guys out there that you actually signed. You signed for, I couldn't believe it. None of us could believe it. You signed for a top club in South Africa. You take it.
What a story, Peter. Actually, what happened is when Benoni Premier United got sold and it changed to be Thanda Zulu Royals, me and July Mahlangu was not part of the deal. You know, they sold everyone, all the players besides me and July Mahlangu. So towards the end of the season, I was in contact with Mamelodi Sundowns. But the owner gave me his blessings. Like, you can negotiate your personal terms if you're happy, and the transfer deal. If I'm happy with the fee, you're going. So I went ahead and negotiated.
Do you have an agent?
That time, no, I didn't have an agent. You know, I took my family. You know, they were helping me with the whole transfer because I didn't have an agent. So I went there, met Sundowns the first time. We didn't agree terms, so went back home. Right after end of the season, they contacted me again to come and meet, and we went there again. I was happy, signed the contract. They said, okay, thanks.
Stop you there for 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. So people out there, Tsepo Masilela signed a contract with Mamelodi Sundowns on the dotted line. Sorry, Tsepo, carry on.
On the dotted line. But now it was the missing puzzle was team to team, you know, because I was still contracted with Benoni. When they contacted Benoni, the chairman of the team that side, he was like, no, I'm not selling anymore. Just like that. I was like, what? You know, Sundowns had played, I think they had a end of the season friendly game with Barcelona, and they had won the league. So, you know, I saw myself joining that team. Like, I was excited. I wanted to be part of that group. You know, the chairman of Benoni said, no, I'm not selling. You know, that's how it collapsed. And
Tsepo, can I just add on to that? How I wish sometimes as a player, when such opportunities come, you could be the guy handling your stuff.
I also wish, but you know, some things happen for a reason, Cheese, because after that move failed, I moved to Maccabi Haifa.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I played. I tasted Champions League football with Maccabi Haifa. So you know, sometimes things happen for a reason.
For sure.
You know, and
Tips, can you tell us financially, what would have been a better move for you, the Israel move or Sundowns? Be interested to know what would have been financially better for you.
Financially better, it was the Israel move. No, Mikey, the Maccabi Haifa move was slightly better, but that time I was young, Mike. I just wanted to play soccer. Like I was not too much focused on the numbers, I wanted to see myself on the field and running and chasing the ball. So the younger part and the more older part of a player, those are two different parts, like
Good question, Mike. Tsepo, did you know anything about Maccabi Haifa? Do you know what you're letting yourself in for?
Peter, to be honest, I didn't know anything about Israel and soccer. I was also surprised. Israel, soccer, what are you telling me? But when I got that call, I was with the under-23s. We went to Algeria for the All Africa Games, to represent South Africa. So I got that call, and it was the chairman of Benoni. He gave me a call, like, hey, I met up with Mike Macab, and there's a team in Israel, Maccabi Haifa. They interested, but they want to have a look, we want you to come over to have a look at you and more like a trial. I was like, no, I still want Sundowns. My heart is with Sundowns right now. Can you please? And he managed to convince me, like go have a look that side and we'll decide after. But for now, please, he begged me, go have a look, go to Israel, and when I checked it up, and I asked people, oh, they played Manchester United before in the Champions League, I was like, wow, in Israel there's soccer, so that's how it happened. But I had no idea about Maccabi Haifa in Israel soccer.
Tsepo, our viewers won't remember that much about Benoni United. And Benoni United, you went with them from the NFD into the Premier League. Just tell little behind the scenes that no one knows. Yeah, you were the Premier League club. What was Benoni United like as a Premier League club? Pre-match meals, transport. What was it like? You're in the Premier League. They're getting big money from the PSL. What was it like?
No, Benoni was a special team, Peter. To be honest, there was no videos of the opponents, no much of tactics, no. It was just about us, Benoni. We go train. We would find days where we maybe midweek kickoff, maybe it's at 7. Like we check out at the hotel at maybe 12. We roam around the hotel. We outside. Some days we'll just drive our cars to the stadium, and you find that the kickoff is at 7. On our way to the stadium, the guys are hungry because the last 8 in the morning, like, chairman, we're hungry and we're going to play. Like, no, stop here at KFC, but the bond and the brotherhood that came out from that team, it was amazing. Like, we didn't focus like anywhere else. There was no video, no, all these things. It was just us. We train. We know we're playing Pirates weekend. Okay, we train. Match day. Here's the team for Pirates. Here's our team. Go play, guys. It was that vibe.
So Tsepo, so can I wanted to jump in on this one. Tsepo, I don't know why, but I know a lot of guys maybe are aware, or a lot of fans and people. I remember at Benoni, man. All of you guys had the same rims. You had to go buy rims at Domingos or what? So I felt like the chairman was keeping you guys with the rims. Every player that got that beautiful rims, Peter.
Cheesy, you know of Domingos. Cheesy knows
I used to attend school in Mayfair, so I know the owner, the son. I used to attend with him in class.
Okay, no, Cheesy. To be honest, the owner he had 2, caravels, like the bus combis, and he would pimp them with the rims. So I remember when players wanted to move, or there was teams after them, he would buy you a car and he would say, hey, go to Forsberg there, Domingos, just choose whatever, I'll settle everything. That's why we ended up with those nice big Mags. Like we were driving like Golf 4s back then, but we were still playing in NFD. Like the PSL guys, they were surprised. Guys, are you guys earning a lot of money? What's happening at your team? But because that chairman, like Ndlovu, was a special person. He passed on, may his soul rest in peace. But he loved his players. Like if he loves you, he loves you. There was no in between on the fence. If it's for you, it's for you. That's how we rolled at Benoni.
Fantastic. I love that. Great story. Well done, Cheese. I told you guys, behind the scenes, the stories you will never hear before. You haven't heard before. Listen, Cheesy told me you actually You nearly signed for Cosmos as well. What happened there?
It was on an invite I received from Prajay. You know, obviously we'd been playing these Caltex leagues in the development against the likes of Chapelo Chilo, Mufukeng and stuff. So we had a good game against them in Mayfair, and then obviously Prajay didn't come straight, but then he sent someone say, "Hey man, just find out from the boy." But he knew that at that time I was hot property, so the chairman was not going to allow him to actually even talk to me or even get access to me. You know. So eventually they allowed that I go with them to go play a Toulon a tournament. I mean, a tournament in France. Can't recall the name of the tournament because the Toulon was with the under-23s. So we got there. At the start of the tournament, we got the Rompela up front, you know, got the top goal scorer. Me and him were joint top goal scorer. That's when I had the opportunity to get the guys from Deportivo wanting me to come and join them immediately. So that is when Prajay said, look, if you had signed under me back in the day while you were still in the youth, you see by now, right now I leave you here. I leave you here with your bags. I'm like, hey, Prajay, you know.
Prajay was gonna release you. I'm saying Prajay was gonna release Cheesy. Was to Deportivo, you know, was gonna sell Cheesy on the spot right there in front. But,
for sure.
But
Jomo was always famous for, didn't he always used to insert like the salon clauses? Like I know with Benjani, they said he sold him on, but then every time Benjani moved, Prajay was eating some commission there every time that Benjani moved.
Yeah.
Good for Prajay. He's a smart man. Tsepo, so we're going to say you nearly signed for Cosmos as well.
Yes, Peter. I was also invited to the tournament. I think it's the same tournament, if I'm not mistaken, the one Cheese is talking about. But I couldn't go because the chairman of Benoni said no. And there was another tournament after that. We went to Norway. You know, it was a... But this time around, Cosmos, they called me direct. You know, they didn't go to the team. So a younger me and naughty me back then, like I didn't tell the team, you know. I was like, okay, when is the tournament? When are we leaving? And they said, come join us a week before. We have some training, couple of sessions, then we leave. And I was in Benoni that time staying at the clubhouse, but I sneaked out. Like I told them I'm going home. There's some issues at home. I'm going to, you know, see my mom. And yeah, that was my first flight outside South Africa, like international. You know, it was with Cosmos. So I flew.
We went. Only thought you were with your mother. Meanwhile, you were on a plane flying to France with Cosmos.
Yes, that's what happened. But when you're young, you're just curious. Like I've never flown overseas. You want to experience. You want to feel that. You want to see. Like, you know, flying to Norway. You know, it was all those things in my mind, and I made a plan, and you know, I flew over with Cosmos. We went to Norway, had a great tournament. Killer was still there.
Yeah.
I think was top goal scorer. He was banging goals left, right, and center in Norway. But when I got back, Jomo wanted to sign me. So there was still Kwesi Masondo. They called him Menier at Cosmos. I don't know if you know him, Cheese.
Very well.
Menier.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Menier. With Menier, we went home to... Because I was still underage. I was still at school. So I couldn't like sign a professional contract myself. They went to meet my family, my parents, or the chairman of Benoni heard of that story that those guys want to sign me, and I traveled. He went crazy. He just called Kwesi Masondo and said, listen here, I'm warning you guys, leave my player alone or there will be trouble.
Oh, brilliant. I told you guys, you've heard it here first. Stories behind the scenes, and we promise you lots more. We could do a 2-hour show here. But I think a lot of people know that you signed for Leicester. You were about to sign for Leicester City. They actually signed you. Leicester City, as you know, won the Premier League. But then you failed the medical, which must have been terrible. But anyway, you went and played for Getafe in La Liga, which is equally bigger league as the Premier League, although Leicester weren't there. Did you tell them about your injury? Were you worried? Did you tell them about the injury, that you failed the medical?
No, like, you know, I've never failed a medical in my career before then. So when you go there, you go with confidence. Like you're thinking, okay, it's just medicals, you sign the contract. Because team to team, they had already agreed. Loan fee, everything was... The team, Maccabi was happy. Leicester was interested. So Leicester, they were already at the preseason camp. They were in Sweden. So I went to Israel first. I spoke to the team. They said they gave me their blessings. You can go. I flew from from Israel to Sweden to join the team. So when you like team to team, they done. You clear your bank's account in Israel. You're saying bye bye to everyone. See me on TV. So I flew down to Sweden. I joined the team. Steve Goran Eriksson was the coach at the time.
Yeah,
I think he had just joined. They were still in the championship. They were not in the premiership. I got there first day. I chilled, had dinner. Day 2, that's when the medical had to be done, because before you sign the contract, you have to pass the medicals and then sign the contract. Player and team. So team to team, they were done, but I went for the medicals. It took almost the whole day. They took me to some hospital, did MRI, everything. Later that evening, I traveled with Pashalis. He was a partner of Mike McCapp, Pro Sport Vibe. Later that evening, the team calls the agent that I was with, come to the coach's room with the player. I go to the coach. I'm like thinking, okay, I'm gonna get good news. Here, you passed medicals. Peter, the coach says no. After the medicals, the medical team, they saying we can't take a risk on this player. And he mentioned like the schedule during December championship is crazy. Like they play every second that day. Like they said, the player, we don't think he will, manage to survive that period. Blah blah blah. But what's strange is after they said I failed the medicals, the next day they signed Konchesky. I don't know if you remember Konchesky. He was a left back playing for Liverpool.
And he played for Liverpool with the bald head.
Yes, with the bald head. Next day, I check on the news. Konchesky has signed for Leicester City. I'm like, the problem is with me, or maybe last minute they, you don't really know this thing, because I've never failed the medical in my career. I was like, wow, just like that. Like they said, yeah, we can. And mind you, I'd already said my goodbyes in Israel, cleared my bank account in Israel, and when I left, they signed another foreigner, so I couldn't go back and join Haifa because they're allowed to have 5 foreigners on the team. So I was like in limbo. I was like, Mike, I'm coming back to South Africa to just rest, clear my head, and I'll see after.
So Leicester City's loss was Kaizer Chiefs' gain. But guys, this is why you got to like and subscribe and comment, because these are stories unbelievable. Just another quickie. And the story about how you're the only player who played while you were playing in the NFD, played for Bafana in an AFCON. I mean, it's an incredible achievement. But I know the story. No one else knows the story about this. Cheese, I think, knows it as well. Just
Cheesy knows the story.
Tell us the story behind that.
No, I was still with Benoni. With Benoni Premier United, and I was part of the under-23 setup. So in early January, there was already a team, like a preliminary team with Bafana, going to play in Egypt, the AFCON in Egypt. So they formed a team called PSL 11 that was going to play against Bafana Bafana, but the preliminary team before the coach makes the final selection. So that's how I ended up with PSL 11, but I was still in NFD at the time. So I got a call like, yeah, come, we're going to play with Bafana. It was early Jan. So we played a friendly against Bafana Bafana in Durban, in Kings Park. The Kings Park Stadium, friendly game, nice, enjoying myself. And mind you, there was an under-23 tournament playing in Orlando. It was called 8 Nations Cup. So I was initially called up, but they released me to go play for the PSL 11. So I played with PSL 11, friendly game against Bafana. After the game, thank you guys. I have to go to the under-23s. I'm rushing back. Like, I can't wait to join the guys that side. On our way back, as we land the next day, as we land in OR Tambo, I get a call from the team manager of Bafana, Bani Kujani. He was the team manager. He tells me, hey, yeah, the coach, you've been called, you're one of the players that's been selected to come join the final team of Bafana, of the national team. He says national team. I'm like, yes, Brabani, by the way, I'm on my way actually to the national team, but I meant the under 23s. You know, it's like, no, not under. I'm talking about Bafana Bafana, the AFCON final 23 men squad for, you know, like I couldn't believe it. Like, you know, you just freeze for a moment, like you ask yourself, is this guy, has he dialed the right number or what? You know, you have all these questions, you know, but it was huge in my, it's one of it ranks there in my, you know, highlight of my careers and personal achievements.
For sure.
You know, that first
I can echo and add into that because I was part of the Bafana team that I was preparing, and we played the PSL 11. You know, it had so much talent. I think they would have actually taken that whole team, you know, if they could, if it was not of the 23-man squad that was supposed to be chosen. I think Tsepo, they took about 6 guys, right? I think they took Pro Gumbi, Sailor Chabalala, they took Simpe Chabalala.
Simpe.
And then I think about 4 or 5 players.
I think Siyabonga Nkosi.
Yes,
yeah, I think Siyabonga Nkosi also.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about surprise.
Man. You guys were on fire that day. Eh? You guys were really lifting your hands up and saying, hey, Natis Funugale, Egypt, you want to go there, you know. But it was a great match because it was just full of so many stars, man. Surprise, Samweni. Yo, I wish the viewers at home should go back and look up that game on YouTube, or we'll probably send a link for them to watch that match. One of a classic match.
One of the game, Cheese.
I want to go back to one that other question about medicals. It was a 2-day medical that you had in Sweden with Leicester City. Mike, how long are your medicals typically in South Africa?
Oh, I'd say 45 minutes, touch your toes, and you're good to go. Yeah, no, things did change a lot after Andile. I don't know if you remember, Andile Jali had that heart scare.
During the World Cup with the World Cup preliminary team.
And
I
after
remember
that, all of a sudden, the whole league was getting heart scans and everything, and the medicals definitely changed a lot then.
But not 2 days.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, we're never at that level, but yeah, I think the professionalism has changed over the last couple of years. But I've been through some medicals.
Cheese, when you first started playing Cheese, how long were the medicals?
15 minutes is enough. Just get on, check the heart rate. You don't need to check whether the knees have got oil or what. No. We saw him train. This guy is okay. As long as he can breathe properly and his heart is beating properly, we're done. 10 minutes, 15, out of there. Back in the day.
Peter, that was back in the days. In Benoni, you just rock up in the doctor's room. He's got the NSL, what medical,
form.
You know, form. Yeah. Just sign, you've passed. Like, okay, that's it. Yes, sign here. Are you okay? Are you fit? Are you training? Yes. Are you playing? Yes. Can you run? Yes. Okay, thank you. Signature, they register you. But to be honest, like, we've come a long way and things have really improved in South Africa. I'm also impressed with, you know, when I joined Chief, the Mazulu, things have changed, and, like, you know, there's a lot of improvement. And, you know, shout out to
Let me tell you,
when
I started playing professionally in 1976, 1977, I can tell you now, there was no such thing as a medical. No one ever said there was no physios, nothing. The only guy that was there, he had a machine, a heat machine, and during the game, a guy brought a sponge on and put a sponge with ice water on your injury. That was it. They told you fit, you can have a broken leg. They said no, you still got a sponge. Anyway, that was incredible, guys. Tsepo, we loved it. It's readers out there, viewers out there, I should say. These are the stories that you've never heard before, and there's going to be a lot more of those coming. We're going to have a quick ad break. We'll be back to you shortly.
Lebu is stretching out and reaching high in Betway's latest game, Aviator.
Aviator?
Place a bet and the plane flies higher and higher. Pick the right time to cash out and you could win millions.
Millions?
Let's see.
Just, woo! It's It's a shoe! He's cashed out and flown off with the wind!
All at the luckiest place to play, aviator, Betway.
We've raised the bar for all our subscribers right here on SoccerBeat. And this week, Adidas are giving away a voucher worth 3,000 Rand. Yes, 3,000 Rand voucher from Adidas exclusively to SoccerBeat subscribers. All you have to do is answer the following question. Name any Orlando Pirates player featured in the new Adidas advert advertising the new Orlando Pirates jersey. I repeat, name any Orlando Pirates player featured in the Adidas advert advertising the 2024-2025 Orlando Pirates jersey. Comment below with your answer, and who knows, you might be the lucky winner. Standard T's and C's apply. This competition is exclusive on YouTube to SoccerBeat subscribers.
Welcome back. That was the Adidas competition, and let me announce the winners of the last Adidas competition. It's Tembelani Satole 6807 and Vusi Duminsani Mia 994, and they've won 1,500 Rand voucher each. You can buy a Orlando Pirates jersey with that as well, guys, if you like. Well done, guys, and keep entering the competitions. There'll be lots and lots more. Let's move on to MTN 8. We've got Cape Town City versus Sekakane United and Mamelodi Sundowns versus Polokwane City. Just a quick prediction, Mike.
Sundowns to win for sure.
Score
2-0.
2-0. Cheezboy.
Sundowns 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
Tsepo, you're going against the Turnio, or is it the same story?
Same story. Sundowns 3-0.
Okay.
No extra time this time.
Cape Town City, that game?
Cape Town City to win as well. I like their squad looks strong.
Yeah.
Score
2-1.
2-1. Cheese.
Cape
Don't
Town
forget,
City.
guys, listen, they fill in the Betway forms, so make sure you're right. The Betway forms. So, Cheese, what's your
No, Cape Town City 2-1. They got a formidable team. I had Linda Tambo speak in one of the press conferences, limping about the guys that they've lost, so that might also just hinder them a bit. And looking at that lineup of Cape Town, it's going to be fire. So 2-1 to Cape Town.
Does Sekakune have a coach at the moment?
No, they've just got one, I think, haven't they?
I'm not sure. They said CM was coming back, but I didn't have nothing official yet.
Poor CM, guys. No.
Okay, Seppo?
This is South Africa. No, Cape Town City, definitely. They have a strong team. The coach has been there for a couple of years now, and the train is moving. I think Cape Town City 1-0.
Listen, guys, our three experts out there don't think that there's such a thing as a cup upset, but I must admit I backed them on both those games. Just very briefly, Sundowns starting 11. They've got a lot of new players, new coaching setup. Who do you think they'll play in goals?
Ronnie, anyone?
You reckon? Onyanga? What do you say, Tsepo, Cheesy?
I don't know Ronwan's condition now, but if he's fully fit and ready to start, I think he'll play. But they'll probably go with Dennis. I'm seeing Dennis starting the game in goals.
And what do you see them playing, Tsepo? Do you see them playing 4-4-2, 4-4-1-1, 3-5-2? What do you see them playing?
I think they'll go back to a 4-2-3-1,
4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep that formation. Who do you think the back four will be? Right back?
Mudau.
Yeah, I agree. Anybody differ on that?
Yeah, I second that. Mudau right.
Who?
Mudau right back.
Second that, okay.
Yeah.
Left back?
Mudiba.
Ops.
Yeah, Aubrey.
Yeah, I agree. So far, looking like the old team. 2 centre backs?
So I think they'll go with Musa de Busa, the left centre back.
You think?
Right?
Mm-hmm. And maybe Kranke Kani is his partner.
Mike?
Yeah, I would say Grant and Mvela. That's they tried and tested from last season. I don't know whether they'll change too much.
Okay, so there's a bit of a debate on the right hand side. Both players, Bafana players, both exceptional players. Just shows you how much depth they got. So no surprise there, no new players in there in the middle of the park. Except you picked the formation.
My member Mokoena, the crocodile himself, there in the center of the park.
Okay, he's got to be there. Who's next to him?
Allende.
Definitely Allende.
Well, they sometimes plays on the right, but anyway.
But you must remember it's the new season. Maybe we'll see a new formation.
Yeah.
So right now,
who else in the middle of the park?
I think Zwane is a 10.
Yeah. So we got 3. Who's wide? Either side of Timber and Allende.
They might go with Matthews. They might go with the young man, Matthews.
Ribeiro definitely from. Yeah.
What do you think, Mike?
On both sides.
Okay, and then will they play the new signing, the Brazilian, or will he be on the bench?
I think bench. I think they'll go with Peter up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll give the new guy a chance. I think they'll give him a chance to start the game.
Yeah. Okay.
I think maybe they're hoping to get two or 3 early goals and they introduce him later on, you know, just to get a feel of Mzansi's football.
You know, Sundowns always start well. Let's move quickly on to readers' questions. First one from @Sanele SMDISP. He says, Tsepo, and I want a quick answer on this. He says, what did the coach bring to the club in 2012 that brought them success? If you could just say, what was the main reason for the success when Stuart came in 2012 when you joined the club? If you could name one thing.
I think the main success, it was, you know, having a proper good squad and a good coach, you know, at the same time. That combination, if it meets at the same time, at the right time, I believe that's what brought success at Chiefs. You know, if you look at the squad and the coach, you know, it was quality squad and a great coach. So the combination just clicked from the word go and please.
Fantastic. This is for you, Cheese. Yeah. From Ntobeko Leslie. He says, cash is king. Will Chiefs pay top dollar for players to compete with Mamelodi Sundowns? Do you see them paying top dollar for players?
I think they're looking in that direction. Looking at the signing of Sereno, I don't think Sereno came at a very cheap price, you know. But I think they will be adding maybe 2 or 3. I don't think they'll be extreme in terms of spending, but they definitely need 2 or 3. So they might still buy another 2 top quality players, of which they'll have to break the bank a bit for them.
Okay, Chiefs fans will be looking forward to that. And this is for you, Mike. It's from at Juka Siabulela. He says, Mike, you keep telling us that Chiefs are interested in Cupido. Well, you're not the guy telling it. Everybody's saying that. Have they made an offer? Is anybody at the club talking about that? And what's happened to Chumani Butsaka? If you look at Cupido, he's played 108 games, but a lot of them in the first division, and 29 goals, almost 1 in 3. He's only 23. Is he going to go? Is he going to stay, or don't you know?
I don't know about the Chiefs' offer for Cupido. I know that the big offer from Chiefs has come for Velebai. That's their main target at the moment, right, as far as I'm aware. Butsaka, I think there's interest from other clubs. Not Chiefs. I think Stellenbosch are the main suitors for Butsaka. But yeah, the main target for Chiefs at our club is Velebai. Cupido, I don't know if he's in the conversation yet.
Right. Well, Sia Bulela seems to think so. Tell me, is Butsaka training? Is he training with the club?
He was sick a couple of days, but you know how it goes. Somebody sees the training session and the guy's inside and they think the guy's dodging training. No, he had a nickel or he was sick or something. He's in the building.
Good. Guys, that's the end of the show. Fantastic. Our 4th show. Looking forward to the 5th show coming up soon. Thanks, Mike, Cheesy, Tsepo. Thanks for all of you out there. We'll see you again soon. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, comment, and share. We love you lots. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Go. There you go. Don't forget that. Thanks, guys.
SoccerBeat, ouça!